Hey guys, coming to you from my back porch this morning. Just gonna want to go over some of the IXL for today. It's the same lesson that we did on slope-intercept form, but it's just kind of reversing what we were doing in the previous IXL section. All right, so in the previous IXL section, it was wanting you to write this equation from the graph. Now it's wanting you to graph from this equation. So in each situation, we're going to first graph this y-intercept. All right, this is slope-intercept form, so that's the numbers as they appear are those two numbers. This is slope, right? So that 9 is the slope, and this 1, this plus 1, positive 1, is our y-intercept. So we're first going to graph that. Even though it appears second in the problem, we're going to graph it first. So we're going to come over here to our y-axis, our y-intercept, and put a point at positive 1. All right, now the second part of this is we're going to use this slope number. All right, so this slope number is 9. Well, slope is always a ratio of how y is changing to how x is changing. So we're going to first change that number to a fraction. And the way to create an easy fraction form is just to put that over 1. So technically our ratio of slope is 9 to 1. So we're going to go up 9 because it's a positive 9. So we're going to go up 9 and then over 1. Okay, so this is a slope of 9. It's a positive slope for sure because as we go left to right, it's going up. All right, and our intercept is at 1. All right, so we'll keep going and do a couple of more. What? Did I not go up far enough? Did not go up far enough. I went up to 9 instead of up 9. I went up to 9. So there's a common error. All right. So take a look at it. If you miss it, use this information. All right. So we plotted the point properly. What we didn't do was we did not move up 9. All right, I went up to 9 instead of going up 9. All right, so that was my error, and probably one that other people will make. So please don't make the same mistake I just made, which is going up 9 instead of up to 9. All right, so we're going to need to go up 9 over 1. That would have put us at 10-1 instead of 9-1, which is where I put that point. All right, so mistake on my part. Let's go to the next. So plotting this point first, right? The y-intercept is our second number. So that 2 is the y-intercept, so plus 2. All right, now this is 6. Should be 6 over 1 if we're using the ratio for it. So I'm going to go up 6 this time. I'm not going to go to 6. I'm going to go up 6. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? If I'm adding 6 to 2, I should be at 8, and then over 1, all right? So the bottom number always tells us which way we're moving, left or right there. So in this case, I moved right 1 because the bottom number of this would be 6 to 1, all right? So this one, whoops, almost didn't leave it there. Okay. So this doesn't necessarily get a whole lot harder with these, so I'll just do one more, see if we get a fraction at some point here or into a 4-quadrant situation. So that 2, again, is our intercept. We're going to go up 3 in a ratio of 3 to 1, so over 1. All right. All right, so here's a fractional one at least. Now this doesn't have an intercept. It doesn't have a plus anything. If there's no plus, that means it's plus 0 technically. So our intercept is at 0. All right, it's always at the origin if we don't have a plus or minus. That's where, oops, I didn't mean to click that. So it's at the origin. Now the slope is 1/3. So that means we're gonna go, the top number is what we move up or down. So it's a positive 1. We're going to move up 1, and then bottom number is our left or right. Still positive, so we're going to move in a positive direction to the right. So that's a slope of 1/3. Okay. Same thing here. No intercept listed. That 1/9 x is our slope. intercept is not listed, so it's at the origin. So we have a top number of 1, so we're going to move up 1, and then bottom number is a positive 9, so we're going to move positive 9 this way as well. All right, so similar style problem. We'll skip ahead a bit here. All right, so this one is a 5. This is a whole number instead of a fraction. So we, again, put it over 1. That's our slope. So we're going to have nothing being added or subtracted. It means our intercept is at 0. So we're going to go up 5 over 1. All right, 5 to 1 is our ratio actually there. All right, this one, we have an intercept at positive 7. So we're going to go there on our y-axis. Now this is a negative 1/10 slope. So our slope's going to go down as we go left to right, similar to this, okay? But only one of these numbers is negative. So I normally just put the negative on the top number because that'll tell me to go down, all right? So in this situation, I'm going to put that negative with the 1 instead of with the 10. I'm going to go down 1, that's the negative direction, and then the bottom number is 10, it's a positive. So I'm going to move in a positive direction for left and right. So in this case, right. Okay. So let's take a look at jumping ahead, see if we can get to some 4-quadrant graphing here. Let's look at this one. This one says y equals 0. Okay. So remember, if you have just a x equals or a y equals equation, that is a horizontal or vertical line. In this case, y equals, if you look back at your notes for slope, right, a y equals equation is a horizontal line. So I'm going to go to the intercept of 0, because that's technically our intercept, and then it's a horizontal line. So the horizontal line means I can put this point anywhere along this horizontal line. So I would just put it right along there so that every place along here, y is equal to 0. Right, if I looked at all these points, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0. The other point I put on there was 4, 0, 5, 0. So all of these have 0 for their y value. So y is always equal to 0. That's a horizontal line. So if you get anything like if you had y equals 6, your horizontal line would be up here. Okay, so pay attention for those as well. All right, let's, here's a 4-quadrant one. So we're going to go down here to -8 for our intercept. Okay, and then the slope is 1/6, so it's going to be a positive slope. It'll be going up as we go left to right. The top number is a positive 1, so I'm going to go from that point I just graphed on the y-axis up 1. Bottom number is 6, that's a positive number as well, so I'm going to go in a positive direction. So up 1 over 6, okay? Now this one, similar style problem, except we now have a negative slope. So I have a -7, that second number is what I always graph first, that's my y-intercept value. So I'm gonna go here on my y-axis and put it at -7. And then that -1/5, again, put the negative number on the top. So I'm gonna call that -1. So I'm gonna move down 1. Because of that -1, and then the bottom number is 5. That means I'm going to move this direction 5, right, in a positive direction 5. So I went down 1 over 5. Okay, negatively sloped line going down as we go left to right. All right, let's jump ahead, see if we can find something else here. It might be a little different. All right, so here we are. You'll notice these don't really get a whole lot more difficult. There's not a lot of ways to make them more difficult, but we'll do some more here. So this one is a +8, okay? So the +8 is our y-intercept. So we're gonna go to our y-axis and put it on the 8. And then this -3 is actually -3 over 1 if we write it as a fraction, as a ratio. So we would go, the top number is -3, so I'm gonna go down 3 from there. The bottom number is 1, so I'm going to go right 1. Okay, positive direction. So I've got a negative direction and a positive direction. and I get this negatively sloped line, okay, going down as we go left to right. All right, so let's look at this one with a fraction again. So I'm going to go to -2 for my intercept. So from here, I'm going to go down to my y-axis, -2, put that first point there. Then I have a slope of 1/2. So the top number is going to tell me to move up 1. Bottom number is going to tell me I'm moving right 2 because they're both positive directions, right? A positively sloped line, up 1/2. All right, so if this was you guys working on this, you'd be at an 89. It should be your last question here. So we would go to the +8 on the y-intercept. That's our y-intercept there. Second number is the y-intercept. Right, the name of the form tells you what you're looking at. Slope first, right? Slope here, and y-intercept here. Okay, so slope-intercept, +8. Right, now we have a 2, 9. Okay, so I'm going to go up 2, right? That's my top number. It's telling me to go up, and then to the right 9, a positive direction as well, to the right 9. All right, now I want to point something else out for you. All right, notice that point, yeah, it's in the right place. Okay, so I'm going to take that off for a second. Let's say, for example, this intercept had been at a higher point. It was at 9. There would be no way for me to go up 2 in that situation. So I could, if my intercept is in a place where I can't go up 2 and right 9, I can reverse both directions. So for example, if I wanted to graph this using the opposite of what I just did, instead of going up 2 and right, I would go down 2 and left 9, okay? That would also give me the same line. Notice that point is there, but it's the same line I graphed where that point is still up 2/9. That point is still on the line. So I can use the opposite of what I'm doing if I, for some reason, needed to. So that would be my answer to this one. But keep that in mind that you can, if you think, oh, this isn't going to fit on the graph, how can I make it fit? Go the opposite directions of what you were going to do. So if you're going up and right, go down and left, okay? So that will get you the same line, just with a different second point, okay? All right, hopefully that helps you out. If you've got any questions and want to work on this today, I'll be in my office hours today. As I said in the message, so you won't be in office hours or in class tomorrow. So I hope you have a good long Easter weekend, and that I see you in class on Monday. Fist bump out.